All right, so we're here at Echo Lakes. We're gonna take the water taxi to Upper Echo Lake, and I think I'm gonna try to climb Echo Summit, and yeah, we'll hike back along the lake. All right, so we are on Pacific Crest Trail. This is also part of the Rim Trail. I am trying to make my way towards Echo Summit. Not the road, the actual peak. Terrain is pretty uneven up here. Hard to run. I know I keep saying it, but the amount of granite out here is just out of control. All right, so I'm heading up Triangle, and this should hopefully get me to the summit. So definitely not as dramatic in terms of wildflowers, but still very pretty. Making good progress up this steep trail. I'm sure we'll probably hit the ridgeline soon. Wow. Oh, spectacular. Slip slop. Ooh, muddy. Thankfully not many mosquitoes midday. All right, we're about 800 feet up, and I've gained the ridge. Now we're just making our way towards the peak. All right, so we've gained the ridge, and it's quite the view. Well, 2 days in a row, back on the snow. This is just so crazy. All right, coming up to the summit, almost there. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You can see Angora Lakes. Last little push. There we are, the summit. So we have Echo Lake from where we started. We have, where is it? Kind of Twin Peaks here. We then have Upper Angora Lake, Lower Angora Lake, Fallen Leaf, Lake Tahoe. Man, this really makes me miss trail running. Used to do a lot more of that over biking when I was younger. And I don't know, this little mission could change things. I'm gonna have to come back with a second person to add on flagpole. I just don't feel comfortable by myself without ever doing it before, so I tend to err on the side of caution. So I'm at the backtrack where I came up and then head back, but that's okay. Look at the views. too much fun. I can't believe this. I'm just loving it. Alright, just passed boat ramp, so we got 2.5 miles on flatter terrain, but it still looks very rocky. We'll see if we'll catch back with the group. Hopefully they're still hiking. I may have slightly underestimated if I didn't do it as a loop through a flagpole and then back down to the start of Echo, that is going to be closer to like 7 or 8 miles for the day. So yeah, I haven't run that long for a while, so I'm feeling it, but we'll keep on. So we're just finishing up. I did a little scouting for when we come back and try to tag Flagpole Peak. And yeah, everybody had a great day out. So today what I ended up doing is we got the water taxi across to here. We got off. Now it doesn't show it on this map, but there is a couple of trails that allowed me to come all the way up here to Echo. Had a look up there for a little bit, came back, and then hiked all the way back here to the start. So let's just have a quick look, see what our total change was. Unfortunately, I didn't quite start it at the beginning, so I think we're off probably by, I don't know, maybe half a mile to a mile in distance and maybe 300 to 400 feet. So I'd say 1750 approximately on up and down, and then sorry, having a hard time focusing, in about probably 7 3/4 or 8 miles